as you guys know, Duke Mckenzie has got a fantastic prediction record, not just in recent times, but going all the way back to the 1990s and maybe even beyond that. Duke Mckenzie correctly predicted that Evander Holyfield would beat Mike Tyson in the first fight. He was one of the few people on planet Earth who saw that one coming. He did it live on air on Sky Sports in the studio. Now, Duke Mckenzie has made a couple of predictions for this show, several predictions for this show on Saturday. Starting off with his prediction for Itauma versus Whyte, he sees it in basically an identical way to myself, coincidentally, because I put my views out on Itauma Whyte, at least a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, when I initially broke down the way I see the fight playing out, maybe longer than that, maybe a month ago or so. So I've been saying I expect Itauma to win the fight inside 7 rounds. And while it might go earlier than that, I've said that, in my opinion, Dillian Whyte's best chance in this fight is actually early, when he's fresh and when he might be sharp enough to catch Itauma with something. I think the longer the fight goes, the more Dillian Whyte's form, the more his shape is going to start to break down and it'll get sloppy. And that's when the much sharper, faster, more crisp punching Itauma will find it easier to catch him, because Dillian Whyte has shown a pattern of that throughout the years. He'll start brightly against a lot of people, and then he starts to get sloppy because he's not the most athletically gifted guy. He's not the best coordinated guy. And when he gets sloppy, that's when he tends to get clipped more cleanly and get stopped. Even in fights he's won, he's ended up getting hurt or very tired later on in the fight. An example being against Joseph Parker. Another example more recently, although it was a couple of years ago now, being against Marius Wack. So it's the opposite of what the general consensus seems to be, my prediction that is, which is that, if Whyte is going to win, or if he's just going to have success in a fight, it's more likely to be early. The longer the fight goes, the better it is for Itauma. That's the way I see it. And Duke Mckenzie, in his prediction on TalkSport today, like I say, said virtually exactly the same thing, coincidentally. He says he sees Dillian Whyte, again, maybe starting brightly, but getting gradually worn down and taken out around the 8th round. If I had to bet on it, I would say this fight goes a few rounds, at least 5 rounds if I had to bet on it. And I'm saying Itauma gets him out of there inside 7. Duke Mckenzie says that Whyte looks jaded, or he didn't use the word jaded, but that's the word I think he was searching for. He said Whyte looks tired, he looks fed up. And I think he's looked like that for quite a while. I think he was like that in the run-up to the Fury fight. He's not as fiery as he used to be. So yeah, I think he is a bit jaded now mentally. But will he be able to raise his game and give it one last good go against Itauma on Saturday? We shall see. And before I go, make sure you check out my Moses Itauma Dillian Whyte film study on Patreon. It's 1 hour of me going through actual footage from both of their fights and pointing out various technical flaws and proficiencies in both men. Will this be liftoff for Moses Itauma, or will the young contender be exposed as another pretender by the old warhorse Dillian Whyte? This film study may persuade you one way or the other. Also, check out this other recent film study I've done, Alexander Usyk, Signs of Decline, where I go through footage of some of his fights, including his most recent win over Daniel Dubois, and point out what I believe to be indications of Father Time catching up with him. As counterintuitive as that might sound to some, given the fact he stopped Dubois quicker in the rematch than he did in the first fight, but there are reasons for that, which I go into. So make sure you check these videos out. You can access them along with previous film studies I've done and hundreds of hours of other exclusive boxing content on my Patreon page via the boxing tier, the Boxing Brotherhood. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee. You know the routine by now. All the links are in the description box below. I'll see you over there.